Hello everyone, I hope this video finds you well. In this video today, it's basically just going to be dealing with public lobbies and some PvP. In this first section, it's going to be really quick because I don't want to waste your time, which I run into a Godmode player. I had sniped him with BST 4 times back to back, and he didn't die. I'm like, okay, he's got to be Godmode. We ended up going back and forth in messages. He's like, no, I'm not Godmode, da da da. And I said, well, Ewo then. And he just kept refusing to. He's like, oh, get a life, you're on a modded account or some. He called me bum and kiddo and all that. I'm like, oh, whatever, dude. He just wouldn't. So, as you'll see here, as I keep finding out, the best thing to do, leave the lobby. Go fight people who actually know how to play. Here, I end up getting killed by this guy, and to be quite honest, it's a mistake. I probably shouldn't have put that in, but yeah, he just got, because we end up, me, Toya, and Alex are in a public. I think Alex joins a little bit later, so it's not just me in this one. It's going to be, there are a few times where it's just me fighting them, but for the most part, you know, Toya and Alex are involved here. And here we were fighting these guys. Toya had said that they griefed some product or some cargo or something, so I basically joined the lobby to help her out fighting them, because there was 2 of them, and this guy was one of them. There was like I forget what their names were, but yeah. And then another guy, as you saw in a Mark II, he came up and started shooting at Toya for no reason. He just started, you know, putting himself in the fight. Yeah, here he's got to do the thing where I'm fighting someone else, pay attention to somebody else, and so he comes over, you know, and he's going to try to meme kill me like an idiot. Also here, I do use the thermal a decent amount, especially with the sniping with him, but I do try to mix it up a little in this video. Last one I didn't like it being completely thermal, but yeah, when I'm sniping with these guys, especially if they spawn way back, it's really hard to see them without it. I'm gonna try to get used to it, but for right now, I'm gonna need to be in thermal a little bit more. So please, you know, have some understanding and patience with that, please. This was also during Ed's stream, so it was Friday, I believe. So yeah, I decided to have a few drinks. So as you'll see, my sniping is not. I notice I become very predictable with him, just going back and forth. And he starts to realize that too. So my strafing is just back and forth. I don't really do much to mix it up or try to throw him off. So not that that's an excuse. It's just, yeah, it's what happened. Yeah, at first, it's just a regular, you know, he gets me there on the spawn, because I ended up, you know, just spawning right in front of him. I never get that. Every time I'm fighting somebody, I spawn right in front of them when they're just waiting. And every time I'm fighting someone, they spawn freaking 3 blocks over with buildings in between where I can't see them through the thermal, and it's like, Jesus. I don't understand why it seems like they always get the best of luck with their spawns and I get screwed. I guess that everybody feels that way though, probably. I don't remember the times I got somebody spawned in front of me and I was able to take advantage of it. See here, he's just going back and forth. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I do a little stutter there. But yeah, he's now gone to RPGs because he's getting frustrated that he can't. He ends up getting, you know, He ends up getting me here, I believe. The next kill is his. But yeah, I've noticed that a lot of times when they fail at sniping, they turn to RPGs. Since he used the RPGs, I'm like, okay, I'll use the grenades. See if I can't get a kill with that. Which I have to admit, I'm not good with it. Trying to get where I can figure out the distance and all that, but maybe someday. Yeah, here he gets me here because I am just going. Well, I did a little stutter there. Now, yeah. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, his playstyle kind of devolves into going off the radar. One of those where he just off the radar, ghost. So it becomes kind of pointless. It's just a pointless fight. And not, a lot of times some people will say, well, why don't you just try to fight him or see him through the thermal or, but by the time sometimes you see them, they've already got you. It's I guess it's a valid criticism or point. But I know that they enjoyed, like, just farming the cheap kills. Being off radar. So I tend to just, either I'll go in an RC or I'll job TP out of there. See here, he's just with the RPGs again. And like I said, I think here he goes off radar. So I job TP to my facility. And then when he comes back on radar, I orb him. I think. Yeah, here he died. He started EWO-ing too. Not egregiously, not like really bad, just annoyingly, I guess you could say, if that's a word. Yeah, and here's the orb. Because I think he went into a tank, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, really? You go off radar and you get in a tank? So I think he was trying to make it to that overpass, but he didn't. So I come back into the city and I have my Toreador. And I'm not off, I'm not off radar or ghost at this point, I don't think. So I get him, and then there was another guy we were fighting early, kind of here and there. I get him too. He was in a tank as well. He must have reminded the other guy to get his tank. I don't think that they were talking or anything, just that, sometimes somebody pulls out a vehicle and you're like, oh yeah, a tank, or oh yeah, Mark 1 or 2 or whatever, They remind you, oh yeah, I have that, maybe I should try to use it. He comes back trying to get another kill, but I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, Toreador versus Mark 2, the Toreador is going to win. And here, yeah, he had messaged Alex something about me, like, that I was just, it was some type of coward or something, I don't know. So I came over and I was going to fight him. But then the yellow CEO that came over with the Toreador and, wanted to fight. And then he flipped over, which I took advantage of. So then I went back to business of taking care of this guy. Yeah, he wasn't AFK. He was just standing there. I think he was messaging somebody, but he wasn't AFK because he did shoot me too. He just didn't get the headshot like I did. I forget what happened here. I think he EWO'd, the yellow CEO EWO'd or whatever, but he spawns in right next to me and he was off the radar or something. I think he was off the radar. So I took advantage. I was in the RC, so he couldn't see me. I just took advantage of that. I was like, yeah. Then yeah, I'm just trying to get. And like I said, I'm gonna try to stay. I didn't know what that guy was doing, but I just, since he didn't actually, I didn't think he actually tried to hit me. I just, yeah, nothing came of that. He EWO'd and here I was gonna fight him, but he gets into a tank, and I'm like, no, thank you. I choose life. So I go to the facility. And that's it. I think he leaves after this. I think Toya and Alex kill him a few times, or they go back and forth with him a few times, getting him out of the tank. But I send, it's always good if you're fighting with your friends or whatever, and if you have a job warp, send them the invite to the facility so that they can have an out too. I know Toya can job warp, and Alex too, but it's just nice to kind of give them an out. They, especially fighting tanks and stuff where they're just farming kills. But no, I really appreciate everybody watching the video. So grateful for all the support, the views, the likes. You guys are awesome. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.